Hello FlossTube, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I want to make a wrap up of everything I have stitched this winter, the winter of 23-24. And I know that the calendar says that winter is not out, so it's not finished, at least on the calendar. But for me, for cross-stitch season, I feel that that's it. I don't want to stitch anything, absolutely anything wintry anymore. That's why I decided to show you what I have finished. Meaning like I decided to show you a project which I haven't showed you finished yet, and to make a parade of everything else which was stitched and finished this winter. Okay, and the first one, what I'm going to show you, this is the Burgundy Bouquet by Just Nan, the stocking, because I showed you a piece which was a bit of this project which was being stitched and started, and that's it. But nevertheless, I have been working hard, very hard, and I finished it. Yeah, the stocking. It's not finished like me. I mean I finished stitching it, but it's not finished into a stocking, as I'm trying to stitch a series of 6 stockings by Just Nan, and I'm intending to finish them in the end. I mean, like when the 6 of them is going to be stitched. I previously showed you in a video that I had 3, and this one would be the 4th, so I have 4, 2 more left. So Burgundy Bouquet, a very beautiful design. I wouldn't say that it was very easy to stitch, because still you need time to do all the things. There are some specialty stitches, and there are many stitches actually. It's just like, I think it's almost 11,000 stitches on this beauty. So yes, it takes time. So I was showing you in the beginning that this one was done, and this one, and I continued with these ones, these elements. These elements, by the way, these 2 lines, this one and this one, they are the same, and maybe they look simple, but they are time consuming, you know. They're not difficult, but they are time consuming, because it's 2 shades of green, if I'm not wrong, and 3 shades of pink. But you are stitching, you are moving. There is even a specialty stitch here for the button, and they are long. One of them it's pretty long, you see. Yeah, it takes time. These two. So here it's just cross stitches with pearl, DMC pearl, and here is a specialty stitch which it's kind of leaves, you see. But this one was to be done quickly. It's just you had to see how to make them correctly, but it was to be done quickly. And these beauties which come here, there are 5 pieces like this, 5 elements. They are super beautiful. Yes, they are a bit time consuming, especially the beads. I don't know why it took like a lot of time, like attaching beads for all of them, but they are mega beautiful. I just adore them. They look so exquisite, at least I think so. And I had 5 of them like this. And then like this element is not difficult. It comes for all of the stockings. This one also, it's not difficult. And here it's again a mini bouquet, I would say, something like this. So yeah, really beautiful and finished. and as I used to stitch the pin cushion, I don't know if you see pin cushions like this. They come for all the stockings. Of course, I could not like do one like this, so I stitched it and I finished it, because this one would be again the 4th, but this time they're finished, you see. So yeah, this is my beautiful beauty. I like very much this one for cranberry plate, sorry, very much. I don't know why. And this is the one I stitched now. This is with the Christmas soldiers, and this one is with violets. sugar plum violets. Beautiful. So yeah, I think it's pretty nice. 2 more to go and I'll be done with them. And yes, finishing the stockings. I don't have any idea how to do this. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to try to do it by myself or get the help of a professional, how it's called, person who is like working with a sewing machine, sewing machine, something like this. Yeah, so this would be the latest I finished. And from the previous ones which I had, let me show you the small stuff which I had. Let me start with the newly released Just Nan's designs. So this is the Snowfall Biscornu, and I replaced, if you remember, I showed in one of my videos, I replaced the pins here as they were advising in the instructions. This one. So everything is according to the key, with the embellishment pack, with the raw linen which they were recommended, absolutely everything, nothing is changed here. And one more newly released design. This is the slide, Santa is in the house. I like very much the slide, how the slide looks like. That's why I decided to buy it. And I like the idea of having this little Santa inside. It's so tiny, but the good thing is that this one is not stitched with petite stitches, you know, like little stitches. And this one is supposed to have here on the back such a pin, because the pin was included. But I'm not using the pin here, I don't want to hide it. I'm like usually having it in the Biscornu, like this, Biscornu, and this one stays without the pin. So Santa is in the house. From older Just Nans which are out of print, and I am, how do I say, I'm hunting to stitch them. So I have Noella and her Berry. So from this series of Just Nan's birds and insects, I have just the ladybird. That one was original, purchased a few years ago here on our eBay. The rest of them I just couldn't buy because they were rare and they were extra expensive. And the idea of having replacements I saw on Just Nan Facebook group, and I decided to inspire myself as well, and I was trying to look for similar trinket boxes so that I would make the rest of them in such a way. On autumn I had Minerva and the mouse, and in winter I have Noella, and so she's a trinket box, yes. I have Noella and her Berry, which I finished, which I stitched. And in spring, hopefully, I'm going to make Barnaby, the bee, and the mini roll it has. And one more design by Just Nan. This is one of the pockets, the winter pockets, and this would be the 4th in the series, because 2 of them I had, and 2 of them I had to improvise and to stitch them. And the one I had to improvise, it's this one, as I didn't have anything for this one except the chart. So this is how it looks like. I like this one very, very much. It was a pleasure to stitch it, especially this ship. Yeah, super nice. I like it very much. So here the pin, I tried to maximally make the pin as they have it like in the original one, because in the original one more or less it looks the same. And for the winder, which I'm not using as a winder for the others as well, this is a brooch which I like kind of took out the thing here and like made it smooth so that it wouldn't like do something to the fabric, to the threads. In case I'm going to find something nicer here in time, I'm going to replace it. So far it's going to be this one. It doesn't look bad. It's not perfect, but it doesn't look bad. So this was stitched like during the winter, the fourth one. And if to speak about and that's not everything with the small designs, as I have two more, yeah, the pretty recent ones. So I have such a hanging ornament by Mill Hill, I love, which was stitched for Valentine's occasion. I try to stitch every year something connected with Valentine's, you know, and that's why I have it. And the bookmark from Lucas for my son, and yes, I'm showing it to you here, and I'm going to give it to him because he asked me, did you finish it? And I said yes. Can I see it? Yes, I'm showing it. Can I take it? I have to film it like in my video, and then I'm going to show it to you. He comes from school. Did you film it? I said no, because I didn't have the time. Okay, tomorrow you film it, and when I come from school, you're going to give it to me. And I said, okay, I'll do my best, I promise. So, yeah, it's going to be given to the owner. And these were all the small, okay, except the stocking, yes, these were all the small finishings. And in a sec, you'll see the bigger ones. And the larger designs which I have finished stitching this winter. This is Santa Fe's bell pull. This is how it looks like. Yes, it was a long distance design, meaning that I had kind of, I think, a year, little by little, to get the materials. And then when I had everything ready before Christmas, I decided to stitch it. I don't know why I thought it's going to be a very quick stitch, because there are not a lot of cross stitches just attaching the beads, but it proved to be a tough nut, this one. Nevertheless, it was very interesting to stitch it, like to attach the beads, to do all the things, and it's a very, very beautiful design. I love it enormously. Not a cheap one, by the way, with all these materials, but it's extremely, extremely beautiful, and I'm very, very happy that I had the luck to get it and to stitch it and to have it finished. It had a little bit of time to be hanged, so I had a little bit of time to admire it, and I think it's a very beautiful one. Okay, except this one, the Santa Fe's bell pull. I also stitched Nora Corbett's 6 geese allaying, which I showed in one of my previous videos. This is how it looks like. I think it's a very, very beautiful design with all these embellishments and everything. I already said that I changed the writing here, 6 geese allaying. I wrote be a queen, and I'm looking for a frame for this one because I want it to be framed. It's too beautiful not to be framed. Then the great achievement, as I call it, of this winter is this design by Dimensions, Christmas Traditions. Why do I consider it being a great achievement? Because this one was being started and was lying for 5 years or even more. And this year I just took it, stitched it, finished it, and even made it beautiful. Here I added up my things, my variants, and made it like nice here. And yes, as I said, I have an idea of finishing it. I hope it's going to be realized before next Christmas. And one more third of a work, not the whole work. Yes, it's a Blackbird design, loose feathers, because I almost forgot about this design, by the way, because this part, the third part, the winter part, actually it was stitched in winter, like this one, because I started it in summer. I stitched summer, autumn, and then winter, so that I would have a finished design until the end of the year, so half a year, kind of like in episodes. I stitched this one and I finished it. So even if it's a third of design, still it's a finish of the winter, and it's a part which I stitched in winter according to the plan. And yes, of course, the Just Nan stocking, which I was showing you in the beginning. So this would be all the finishings, the stitching I have done this winter. And as I said, the winter on the calendar hasn't finished, but I am done. I want to do something else. I want to stitch spring. So spring already is on my mind. And in a second, you'll see what I want to start from the spring designs. And speaking about the spring projects, why it was so important to start them. I don't have wow plans for new projects. It's just I wanted something fresh, something not winter connected. First of all, I have two projects which were waiting for spring. So this is such a trinket box. This is a bee, and this is supposed to be Barnaby. And this is supposed to have a roll inside. The thing is that the original Barnaby, it's wider, and I'm not sure that the roll, which has to be stitched on cashel, if I'm not wrong, is going to fit here. So maybe I'm going to have to change the count of the fabric. I haven't counted anything, but I would like to finish this one because this one would be the fourth trinket box of the series. Okay, and also one more just Nan. This is Charming House of Lindy Mouse, if I'm not wrong. This one I'm also starting with autumn. Yeah, and I'm stitching it from scratch because the chart and the embellishment pack, which is a simple one, I would say it has a wow price. That's why I decided to see if I can do it by myself. Lindy Mouse is already stitched with her keys. I didn't show her as a finished project of the previous year because I think that she belongs to this project and this project is not finished. Here on this cube, which is going to be the base of the house, a lot of the things are stitched. So I have autumn, I have winter, I have the attic rug, as it was called. I have the bottom of the, you see, and I have two more to stitch. This is going to be the spring and the summer, but I have four more triangles to stitch. These are going to be the roof. So I decided that I'm going to stitch for sure the spring part, and I'm going to try to stitch the roof. If I'm going to have the time and the willing and the motivation and everything, I'm going to stitch the summer part as well, and I'm going to finish this one. If other designs are going to take my breath away, I'm going to leave this one a couple more months, and in the beginning of summer this one is going to be finished. Anyway, has to be finished in 2024 because here I already wrote 2024, so I don't want to rip it off and write something else. Yeah, and a new design which I want to start. Yes, this is Mill Hill Jim Shore, the Sophie ship. I used to love this one for a long time, and I was always keeping it in my wish list. I'll buy it later, I'll buy it later. Sophie is not going to run anywhere. And as you probably know, these ones are already hard to find because of the buttons. I think they are replacing the buttons with just another buttons, and it's difficult to find. And when I saw that Sophie is running away, I ran to buy her, and I found her. So she was my favorite all the time, but the two others from this farm series, the Percy Pig and Clarissa Cow, I also liked. So in the very beginning I was sure that I want her, but I was not sure about them. Then Percy, it was the second one I liked, and Clarissa, it was the last one. And when I decided that I want them all, they were pretty hard to find. Nevertheless, I managed to find them, and when they came to me, I decided that I want to stitch them. And of course I will start with my favorite, with Sophie. I would like to replace the perforated paper with fabric. I don't have anything against the perforated paper. I like stitching on it. It's just here there is a lot of space which is not stitched, and I saw on Instagram this one's being stitched on the fabric, and I like better how it looks on fabric. That's why I said it's going to be fabric. Okay, I'm not so sure so far which fabric I'm going to choose, because here you have Jobelin, I have Jobelin, don't remember, eggshell I think it's called the color. If to compare with the paper here, the paper is kind of dirtier blue. This one is brighter, but I think it's going to be okay. It's going to look okay. And I also saw that many stitchers are stitching this one on ice blue shell linen. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. I am sure that I want to use fabric, but not sure which one I'm going to use for this specific one. I'm going to decide, and of course you'll see in the next videos when I'm going to start stitching this one what I have chosen. And that's it so far. So the finishes I had like in this winter, the projects which I want to continue and to start this spring. Of course, I haven't made, by the way, plans, like set plans for this spring, but more or less I know what I want to stitch. And of course, you're going to see this wishes of mine in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.